What's up, GQ? I'm Pat Bev, and today I'm going undercover on the internet. Here we go. Yep, it's actually me. Cora? You ever heard of that? I've never heard of this in my life. Love that name. Hey, is Patrick Beverley a good defender, or does he just get away with a bunch of reaching fouls? A little bit of both. Except the word good, take that out, put great, but that's what happens. When you a defender, you get away with a bunch of reaching fouls. Just like if you're an offensive player, you go to the free throw line a lot. I mean, come on, casual fans, let's be great. But he only 3 followers, so say less. Who are the biggest trash talkers in the NBA? Draymond for sure, KD for sure. Low-key Luka Doncic, low-key as hell. I'm definitely somewhere up there. Russ, yeah, Russ up there. Cool little file. Twitter, it's gonna be interesting. I saw Hoop Dreams for the first time, and now I'm seeing there's a sequel with Pat Bev called Hoop Reality. This is very true. I had a camera following me around my entire senior year, trying to get a part 2, like from Hoop Dreams. I mean, as a senior in high school, I thought it was lit. I was hooping, team was winning, nationally, ranked team. We got a camera following me and the homies around every day at school. So, no, that's true. That was a vibe. I had a ton of fun with that. Why is Pat Bev crying like they win a ring or something? First off, you can't write a sentence the right way. That's first off. Before you get traded to a spot where, you get a chance to win, get a chance to win the championship. I got traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves, a team who hasn't been in the playoffs, 16, 17 years, whatever. So before season start, I'm the guy who likes to go check mirror. These are my goals. These are things I want to do. I like to manifest things. I like to speak things into existence. I wanted to make sure this team went to the playoffs. That was my only goal. That's the only thing I wanted to do. We did it. We did it against the team that traded me. I asked the team that traded me for money. They didn't want to give it to me. Minnesota gave it to me. We beat them, knocked them out the playoffs. We're going to the playoffs. Emotions build up. I'm happy as fuck. Is a man allowed to be happy? Why do we always have to cry like tears of pain? We can't cry tears of joy? So that's all it was. Just me crying tears of joy. Who don't like it, fuck them. I mean, I don't know if I can say that, but that's how I talk, so do what you need with that. How the hell does the NBA Bubble Championship not count? Pat Bev can't pick and choose which titles matter and which ones don't because of the conditions. It's very hard to answer this. It counts. It does count. But when you're playing in an environment where you're not going against any part of crowd, we had a team down 3-1, the Denver Nuggets. Give Denver a lot of credit. They came back and won and did everything they're supposed to do in the bubble, but that looks very different if 3-1 was closeout game in LA Clippers or closeout game in LA or, stuff like that. So for me saying the bubble ring doesn't count, I think it's part ignorant, but at the same time, the bubble didn't give you all the normal conditions that you would have on facing other teams. And I'll just leave that at that. YouTube. Bev and Russ becoming best friends was something I did not see. Me neither. On God, me neither. Russ the homie. Russ really the homie. Really Russ the bro. When I first came to LA, he was the first person to kind of anything you need. And he was at my press conference throughout the season, dinners, wine, fat wines all the time. They had a Christmas dinner together. Think about that. Me and Russ. Really misunderstood. NBA great, legend for sure. Next, Pat Bev. You should have came to Golden State. Would have had a chance to win a ring this season. Heard that you chose joining the Bulls over the Warriors. Is that true? This is absolutely true. But people understand in this game, right? You talk to these NBA teams, you talk to these GMs, these presidents. The Golden State Warriors wanted me to wait. They wanted me to wait to see how the Gary Payton thing played out. They wanted to wait to see how the Steph Curry injury played out. And in this business, or any business, if you have an opportunity that's waiting on you, I don't think any normal person would wait on an opportunity that's not fully there already. So I took what was available to me at that time. And what if I did wait and the Bulls closed up and Golden State Warriors said no? Now I'm left without a job. But these are the casual things that casual fans don't think of. They think that, you have this and this and you chose no. If the Warriors would have said, Pat Bev, we want you to come to Golden State, I would have happily been with the Warriors the next day, but that wasn't the case. The Bulls did that, and that's the decision I made. Back to Twitter. Pat Bev with the best technical foul earned in NBA history. The man showed the camera to the ref. I don't think this should have been a technical foul. Not because the actual foul did not happen, but the fact that it's been guys showing iPads, it's been guys showing clipboards, it's been guys showing whatever that didn't receive a technical foul. I guess the name on the back of the jersey, you know, for me, if I do any little thing, I get a technical foul. It's just part of the business with me, though. But I've seen this happen play after play, and you never see a guy gets a technical foul, but, that was a good game. That was a fucking good game. Skip Bayless on national television. I will give Patrick Beverley, he tweeted this, because that's not how you spell my name. But Skip Bayless on national television, I would give Patrick Beverley a ring and not Russell Westbrook. I just don't like him. How are these media shows allowed to blatantly slander a player with extreme bias? Me, you know, on my pod, we had a real big debate about this, how the media kind of controls the narrative of players, and the control of narrative from players can actually, you know, help or hurt a player when it comes from, I don't know, making $200 million to $150 million, you know, if you're in that range, or from being in the NBA or not being in the NBA. I agree with this. The blatant slander, you know, with extreme bias can cause somebody to, you know, lose on a ton of money. So use your words. Don't use your words at people, and make sure your words are factual when you do use, especially if you're part of the media. So that'd be my answer to that. Does any NBA player think about another player as much as Pat Bev thinks about Chris Paul? I don't know how to answer that. Do you think about another player as much as Chris Paul? No, I don't. More core. How was Patrick Beverley able to guard Kevin Durant in the first two games of their playoff series despite the substantial height difference? So me and the homies, right, we talked before the playoff series, we didn't know AFC, we started two rookies. Our leading scorer is two guys off the bench, Lou Will and Trez. Obviously no one in the world thought we had any slight of a chance of beating Golden State, probably except us. So me and the homies, okay, Pat, who you got? I said, man, I told Coach, man, give me KD. They say, all right, fuck it, how you thinking about guarding? So I got homie like 5'9". I have homie stand on couch. Now homie kind of KD height now. So like we at the crib, he got ball in hand. I'm putting my butt all on the couch and shit. Like, yo, that's what I'm gonna do, bro. I gotta chop off his legs, bro. I can't give him power because he gonna shoot right over me. So the key with that game was being aggressive as shit. I understood the refs wasn't gonna call a ton of fouls because they wanted to see that, you know, it's always a build up from each series. They wanted to see both of us on the courts. The game says I had 6 fouls, but I knew I had really 9 going in, if you know what I mean. So I was able to be really aggressive with him, foul a lot, use my strength, use my lower body on his lower body, and kind of like, you know, kind of throw him off. But yeah, that was how I was able to kind of, you know, get that job done the first couple games. What should NBA teams do to prevent star players from demanding trades? Ooh, that's a good one. Hold on. What should NBA teams do to prevent star players from demanding trades and exerting too much control over their futures? It's a business, right? Like the next 30 years is gonna be somebody else calling themselves the Claw or the Beard, or it's gonna be a kid shooting no-look threes again. I promise you it is. So this game is a revolving door. I don't think this has to do with preventing star players. I think that everyone should have a freedom to, you know, if you're not happy in a situation and it's your future, you should be able to control your future. And if you want something better, and I think that's up to you. Obviously, you are the one that has to deal with, you know, the media backlash, the, you know, opportunity of is there another team or relocation. That player is going through all that, you know, none of the teams are. No, I think you should be in control of your own destiny and your own future. I don't think the NBA should do anything to prevent anything like that. I think it makes it a better league. Who is a better defender, Tony Allen or Patrick Beverley? Two different defenders, but I'm gonna say me for sure. But you gotta understand, me and Tony Allen's like the big bro. He's from Chicago, so like I've learned a lot, a ton. Like I asked a ton of questions. I've learned a lot from him. But there's two different defenders. He's 6'5", 6'6". I'm 6'1". You know, he played the passing lanes really well. I really don't play the passing lanes. I'm really on ball. He guarded the post really well. I'm shorter, so it's kind of tough for me to guard the post. Just two different defenders, but I'm gonna still choose me. Let's check Twitter. Can someone tell me what is the roadmap for Pat Bev to win Defensive Player of the Year? I don't know. I don't know the roadmap. A lot of media people don't like me, so this is a media-based vote. So the road might be hard, it might not. Who cares? As long as I, continue to impact and leave my legacy on the game, that's really the most important thing for me. I think you should ask the coaches. You know, I'm a firm believer, just ask the coaches who blows up their ATOs, meaning after timeout plays, or ask the coaches who give their players the hardest route during the game, or ask the coaches like, damn, I got to tell my big to keep screening Pat Bev because he's so attached to, you know, whoever that ball handler is. Just, you know, just ask the coaches. Back to YouTube. Pat, what's harder coming back from a blowout loss in the playoffs or coming back from a really close game you lose in crunch time? I think that the really close game you lose in crunch time. You know, you come back from a game, it's close, and then you still lose. I think you find little things. If I could have did that better, if I could have did that. I mean, I should have passed it there. Ooh, I should have shot it there. Ooh, I should have rebounded there. You see things to kind of fix. You know, you get blown out, especially in the playoffs. It's, man, scrap that game, on to the next type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that's harder, coming back from a game in crunch time. Pat, are you looking forward to being able to play in more arenas like Boston Garden and MSG now that you're a Sixer? Since you are someone that knows and loves the game, is that like an added bonus to play in new arenas? It is. And I don't care what you say. Like any NBA player, basketball player tell you, like MSG, always. Always. You look forward to that. You got the fit planned out for that. Like, you locked in. You got haircut for a trip. Like, you locked in on that game. And Boston, for sure. I mean, there's so much history with it. Like, some of the old court is still on it. Like, there's so much history with it that, like, you embrace these points of playing in arenas like this. So, yeah, for sure, 100%. Signing off. GQ, thank you guys for everything. The questions were great. YouTube was great. Core was great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time.